sometimes you got to protect the other things in your life. Because you realize that the things in your life that you love are toxic to the other parts. And you have to make that choice about what you choose to protect at that moment.
And sometimes it can be your own personal self.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost when I was in church drinking.
Like, they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. The world could see exactly how black Chris Brown is.
Shit, I ain't that black. See what I'm wearing?
Yeah, I don't know.
My tattoo show.
Yeah, barely. And there's also extra light shining on there.
Oh man,
he just walks out. It looks like camo when you walk out.
Shoot, I got Crisco oil all over me. So,
we don't even use tannin oil. We use, palm olive.
Oh man, palm olive. Ain't that detergent? Not detergent.
That's a cleaner for the fucking.
Hell yeah.
But it sounds like some oil. Palm olive.
That's the spray. Oh no, what's the spray called? No, now you got me thinking.
Or like Pam spray.
Pam, there you go, Pam.
Yeah, they be doing. They be on a tanning bed. Just put a Pam on there.
Well, did you see that Seinfeld episode where Kramer kept drenching himself in butter, trying to tan?
All right, so I'll be honest, bro. I've probably only ever seen maybe like half of one episode of Seinfeld ever.
Really?
Yeah, and everybody tells me to watch it, and like the little clips I've gotten here or there, like it looks like something I'd be into. I just never watched it.
Yes. What was that? Like early 90s, maybe?
Yeah.
And my mom used to watch it, so as a kid I didn't really understand it. But then, matter of fact, I want to say we was working at Friends. I think it was on at Nick at Night and shit. Yeah. But every once in a while, I'll catch an episode that I just happen to watch, and sometimes that shit is funny as hell.
Well, like the one episode I do remember, or that I caught part of, is the one where George, he has all his receipts in his wallet. He can't close his wallet because of all the receipts.
Yeah.
And like I remember my wallet being like that just from being on the road, and then my dad's wallet being like that. So I can relate to that episode.
Oh man.
Anyway, welcome to the latest episode of Sarath and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarath, aka Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red for Adults. How's everybody doing out there?
Well, they're I don't know how they're doing, but I think you doing a little little soul searching after this movie. I mean, maybe not soul searching, but a little, a little step back in time.
I don't know which one to call it. It ain't soul searching. I don't even know if it's called a step back in time. It's just the fact of, I guess, coming to terms with some things. People are just chosen to do certain jobs. Shut the fuck up and deal with it. Yeah. and that's the best way I can put it.
Bro, when I picked this movie, I thought it was going to be like a family comedy. Boy, was I wrong.
No, yeah, definitely.
Like Steve Carell, hell yeah, it's gonna be a nice comedy. It's gonna be good. After My Life as a Dog, I was like, all right, we're gonna get something a little more nuanced, a little more, fun and relaxing. Nah, bro, it was a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But anyways, before we get into the movie, as always, per our ritual, what you drinking?
Seeing how I'm not drinking until my birthday, or that's the plan. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna say this as he's about to drink something.
Look, no, but except for today. Look, I've been eating my ass off the last 2 days. Shit, my body looks from damn calories. But
you need to eat stomach off.
Look, this shit, it's trying to shit.
I do too.
I'm about to say yours is on camera there, buddy. But
yeah, that's because I don't wear so much black trying to look slimming. I ain't afraid of colors. Okay.
You ain't afraid of colors?
Oh, I ain't afraid of colors. Listen, I've had.
Hold on. Did you say colors or coloreds with a D?
Listen, you heard it. Any which way you want. Actually, so it's funny because like when I was younger, we had just moved to the projects. And, like when you're an immigrant family, you don't know about other cultures. So you just know what you know, and like whatever else you catch is like on TV. So we had just moved to the projects, whatever. And me and my brother were watching TV, whatever, doing whatever. And then my older brother, I'm not gonna say any names because I don't want to put him out there like that, especially in this story.
I'm about to say, wow, for the first time.
Yeah, especially in this, you'll see why. So we're sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden my brother comes running. He goes, "Yeah, close the door, close the blinds." close the blinds. They're like, yo, what the hell's going on? What's going on? He goes, Puerto Ricans.
Oh God.
I was like, shit. Now, mind you, he has an affinity for Puerto Ricans. Dare I say that's his lady of choice. He ain't have much choices, but that's his lady of choice.
He had one choice. Oh man.
No, not one. But you know,
no. If you say the number, I already know who it is.
No, but if you put like different cultures of women in front of him, chances are he's going at the Latinas. I think that's just because we grew up around a lot of them, in Springfield.
Yeah, so, I honestly had to explain that to people. Like, look, I just grew up with these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know about the food, the culture, the lifestyle.
Yeah,
they start fucking at 12. It's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I knew 3 Puerto Rican girls that were pregnant during 8th grade graduation.
See what I'm saying?
All I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
No disrespect to the Puerto Ricans out there, because I love y'all. I swear I do. You know what I'm saying?
I love Puerto Rican women. I mean, my first girlfriend was half Puerto Rican, half Irish. Terrible mix. Beautiful.
That's an attitude and a half.
Attitude and alcohol, but she was absolutely beautiful. Like I won't put that past her at all.
She'll cut the shit out you too.
What's up?
She'll probably cut the shit out you too.
Well, so she did have an affinity for knives.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was one. So I was at one wrestling show. We were in Worcester, and I think in the match we did something, and her my tag team partner, his girlfriend was with us at the time, so they were both in the crowd, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then he did this thing where the girl did the manager for the other team did like a head scissors, where she runs, puts her heads around, and flips them with her legs. Yeah. So she did that, and his girl got mad, like, "Oh my God, he had her crotch all up in his face and shit like that." But it's wrestling. So, yeah. So then my girl at the time was like, "Yo, you want to take care of this?" And she pulled a butterfly knife out of her purse.
What, really? Wow. That's crazy,
bro. I should have known something was up when she was like, "Oh yeah, this is my certificate from when I graduated anger management." Man, I should have. That's what I get for being a naive and in love.
Oh God,
dummy.
The pussy had you twisted,
bro. Sprung and a half, and I am not afraid to admit it, man. Listen.
Oh shit! Hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm low key hating. That's a good mix right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
Well, what I was saying, I was bringing it up is because, like, you tend to go for either the women you grow up around, the type of women you grow up around, or like just your coworkers, just because you spend so much time around coworkers and stuff like that. And so, like, I mean, growing up, I was always like beaten into my head from my mom, like, "Hey, you got to marry an Asian woman," all this different stuff. To the point now where, like, nowadays, I don't really find Asian women that attractive. And I know it sounds like self-hating.
I'm about to say, you just lost the one half of our podcast, man.
Listen, first of all, I'm jungle Asian.
Look, I love y'all.
I'm not even the kind they go after. I'm jungle Asian. I'm 5'6". I'm not that good at math. Like, no.
Oh man.
But I mean, like, you hear that so much, and then like it's to the point where it's so beaten into you that you're kind of just rebellious, and you're like, "Oh, screw that! I'm not going after an Asian woman." But I just happen to I like what I like. I find there's other Asian women I find attractive. They just have to be on TV, and I have no access to them.
You like big butts, and you cannot lie.
Yep. Yeah, and then a lot of the Asian worlds I grew up with is different now.
Everybody got ass shots these days, man. Shit.
Back then, bro.
Yeah.
Had a steak on that motherfucker. I don't know whether to tap that or pick you up and slap my kids in the ass.
Oh man. Oh gosh.
What you drinking? I sound like I've already been drinking.
Yeah, I know. Okay, like I said, I got my Corona, my beer cup. And of course,
that's the same kind of beer cup I got from Dollar Store.
Yes, indeed.
Same one I got.
And of course, my grenadine and my beer sauce. Let me set this up along with because I got to look at my goodie bag. Everybody knows this ain't going nowhere. It's gonna always be here. Jack Daniel. That's what it is. But for this week, what do we have today?
You might want to shake that a little further away from the mic. It's a little loud, but I appreciate the fact that we need to get you a nice Oh no. I like the gray. I like the brown bag.
The brown paper bag is important.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What we got? We got?
Jim Beam Vanilla. Can you see it?
Pull it back a little bit. All right, because pull it back near your head because it's not in focus. Okay, that's probably gonna have to work best. Like,
yeah. Either way, it's Jim Beam Vanilla.
Okay.
Vanilla flavor. So,
have you ever had Jim Beam Vanilla before?
I don't like Jim Beam nothing. Last week caught me by a deuce when I had the peach. That surprised the fuck out of me. I actually was looking for a big bottle of it, and I couldn't find it.
There you go. Look, it's niche. They only sell it in nips. That way you don't go crazy off
it. I go crazy no way.
What do you got against Jim Beam? What? Because you like Jack? You don't like Jim? It's another J name. They try to copy.
Shit, man. With Jim Beam, and there was no second to Jack, and I had to go with Jim. Hell no,
bro.
It was like the worst tasting whiskey ever.
I had that shot of Jack last week. I might have to go check out this Jim.
It was the regular Jim Beam.
Yeah.
Oh fuck no! Fuck have fun with that shit.
I'm saying like Jim sounds like a less aggressive name for Jack. So that's probably what the alcohol is, the less aggressive.
Look, the taste is fucking over aggressive, man. Shit.
It's like the difference. Like I'm drinking Will and you drinking like Dick. No, that's Richard. That's
what?
Yeah, you know, Dick is short for Richard.
Bill is short. No, okay.
Yeah, Bill. Bill is short for Will.
Okay, gotcha.
I
didn't know Dick was short for Richard.
Yes, I don't know where they got that.
Oh, okay. That's my first time hearing that. But
my grandfather, Richard, everybody calls him Dick. All right. Like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, really. So that's what I got. What about you?
All right. Well, I got. Okay. So I actually have to do work after we get done recording. So I can't I won't be taking a shot today or any kind of liquors. But
really? Not even one?
Should I do one?
Well, you know what? One is okay. I will say that I'll peer pressure you into one. Anything other than that,
I actually think I have a nip of Jameson. Maybe I'll do that.
Oh, Jameson's not bad, but oof, that doesn't have me throwing up and falling out of cars and all kinds of shit.
This is what I got today.
What the hell is that? Okay.
So this is some of my little Massachusetts stash.
Mm-hmm.
This is courtesy of Storm Along. I think it's my favorite cider brand.
Storm Along?
Yeah. So this one, I got two of them. This one's Legendary Dry. I've had this before.
Okay.
But I will be starting off with this is what caught my attention when I bought this variety pack. It's called Boston Heirloom.
Yeah, that's a new one. I don't think I've seen that one before.
Got that Paul Revere on there. Fucking Faneuil Hall. The Citgo building. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Fucking swan boats. That's all Boston, man. That's the stuff you know when you go to Boston all the time.
Yeah. I've only been a few times. It's all good.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna go grab this shot of Jack. The shot of Jameson.
Well, Jameson ain't bad, yeah. All right, cool. I'll wait for you.
All right.
As I crack open this Jim Beam Vanilla. See how it comes out. Probably gonna hit me hard. It actually smells like straight vanilla. Let me find out Jim Beam come with the flavors. Okay. If they are, then hey, they're doing something good. Yeah, I guess if the little nips sell, I guess they can come with bigger bottles. See how this one comes out. He comes back with his Jameson Irish whiskey, I believe. Jameson's Irish whiskey, am I right?
Oh yeah, but it is that Irish whiskey.
Conor McGregor's laughing at you.
I know.
Oh man,
you know what? You should try that proper number 12. Have you tried that before?
No, I haven't.
Because I mean, it is it's whiskey.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you have to. All right, let me pour this cider and then pour this shot, and then we will get started.
Indeed, I'm getting my shot ready. There we go. So in the nip, the vanilla something strong. In the glass, as always, the alcohol picks up more.
Oh, this Boston Heirloom smells good.
It looks like pear juice. It's like almost the same color as your shirt.
You mean green? My shirt's green, bro. But you talking about the tan in here?
No, I mean, well, maybe because you move the glass over. No, because I mean in front of your shirt.
Yeah.
Nah. Okay, so okay, yeah.
Closer to the stuff inside here.
Yeah. So that's a little green hint to it. But when it was in front of your shirt, it looked like it was like matching your shirt. So
I think it was probably just because it's going through. But it's all Army colors. This is from Colorado Springs, Fort Carson, from the Spartan race I just did.
Nice.
Speaking of, have you been training?
Of course. I've been training my hands to grab alcohol bottles and bring it to my mouth for the celebration after.
Yeah, I know. I can't. God damn it! Why is my hand so fucking slippery?
You need to be training.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I need to work on my grip.
Like Juvenile, fingers keep slipping. I'm trying to grip that ass. You know what I'm saying? You got to work on it.
But I always say 5-finger discount. I just go like this. Mm-hmm. If they don't know what that means, I'm like, okay, you're too young. I just walk away.
Oh shit.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking turpentine.
Yeah, I know what that smells like.
So actually the first time I really like drank heavily, we went to Baltimore. Me and my brothers, sister-in-law, all that shit. And we did 3 days at Camden Yards to watch the Red Sox and in Baltimore. And one night we were playing poker for shots. We had like a 750 milliliter. Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me put this top back on. So we had a 750 milliliter, and there was 3 of us playing. Between my brother and his friend, they drank about just a little past the throat of the bottle. Okay. I lost so much, I ended up drinking the rest.
Holy shit. Oh, no, hell no.
And I remember at one point I took a shot and I just collapsed on the bed.
Yeah.
But the next morning, everybody else woke up like, ugh. And I'm just like, yo, what we doing? Let's go.
Dude, fine. How was that? Did you eat a lot or something?
I don't know. It's just me. I mean, you know, like when I was in Alabama with you, we would go out drinking until like 3 or 4. Then you and Steven would be dead, and I'd be up in 4 hours. I'm going to go work on my book, go for a run, do all this shit.
No, okay, yeah, that was the time you did lose your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I was doing handstands and flower pots.
Yeah,
I was eating steak like burgers. I sat down on a random table with 2 girls and just started talking shit.
Hell yeah, with a steak in his hand, like so.
If they don't get this little ignorant Asian boy out my face,
right there in Alabama. Go figure.
Yeah. Alabama was fun. You know, a little bit of racism in the air, but it was fun.
A little bit. That had a whole fucking billboard.
Bro, oh yeah, the Obama one.
Oh man,
dude, we're driving in Alabama. I think we were going to Dreamland to go get some barbecue.
The barbecue, yeah.
And there was a billboard on the side of the road, and it said, "Thanks to you, Barack, America is going Baroque."
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, someone paid to have that sign put up out here in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. 2, that's a clever ass fucking sign.
Man.
Anyway, all right. Cheers, brother.
Yes, indeed. Cheers. Here we go.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. I just don't really do shots then. Ooh, that's good.
Oh, beer. Oh, that's good beer.
Good.
I've been drinking non-alcoholic beer for like the last 3 weeks, man.
But what's the difference in taste between non-alcoholic and alcoholic?
Non-alcoholic beer, well, the Heineken ones that I drink, they have the beer flavor, but not the beer bite, if that makes any sense.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, because you don't drink much beer, but if you taste them side by side, you could tell like non-alcoholic beer is almost more watery with the beer taste.
Okay,
this has more carbonation, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, it's got that. Okay, so it's like beer flavored water,
pretty much. But it has a good, like when you pour it and everything. Yeah. It sets up real nice. Like it looks just like a legit beer. It's just it's like
grape juice and grape drink.
pretty much. Oh man.
All right.
This wasn't bad, but if you mix it with either some, I'm guessing, Coke would be too sweet because it already tastes like vanilla Coke.
Yeah. Does it? Okay, so I was gonna ask what the if that vanilla flavor profile came in. Does it taste sweet? Like, you remember that Pinnacle whipped cream vodka?
I do, but I don't remember how it tastes. It's a long time ago.
I just remember it being super sugary. Like, does that taste like really sugary?
I think if you drink it by itself, it'll end up being too sugary. Maybe like the last one, the peach on some ice.
Yeah.
Maybe a splash of water, you'll be okay.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Jameson is Jameson.
Look,
it actually was going down smooth, but then that last little bit of rubbing alcohol taste going down.
I was about to say, your whole face, you had a whole seizure just now.
It was good, and then all of a sudden that last bit just hit the back of my tongue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's turned you into something. Speaking of turning into something, this movie, which I thought was going to be a comedy, turned into something very deep.
Yeah. Would you say a deep drama?
Yes, it was definitely like this is one of those movies that I don't think maybe in 1990 it would have did good in theaters. Nowadays, I don't know if it would have did that great in theaters just because it's such a it's an adult drama.
Yeah.
But I think it's perfect. One of those movies that's perfect for streaming services. Like, you don't have to compromise. You don't have to feel the need to add a joke in here or there.
Yeah.
And cut the tension. The story deserves some levity, and not some levity, but some real tension and some stakes to it.
Oh yeah. Had a good build up. Good story. Even the actors in it, they did good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For those who weren't listening last week, the movie we are talking about is Beautiful Boy. It's Amazon Prime exclusive. We had to go through a bit of a technical issue earlier today so that Chris could finish watching it.
Yeah.
But I mean, Amazon's got some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, some stuff. If you go out there searching, typing in, I know it's real easy to just be like Netflix and chill. Just go out there, hit the Netflix button and go. But if you want to go do some searching, you can find some gems hidden anywhere.
Yeah.
And so this was my selection. And I picked this based off of the cover. It was, hold on, I got the cover right here.
Oh, you do that? I gotta get my shot of Jack.
Can you hear me okay over the thing?
I hear you just fine. I don't know what you're hearing, but you sound fine on my end.
No, just double checking because I've been playing with my levels lately. But yeah, so this was the cover. It's an Amazon original. So that means it was actually produced by Amazon. That's dope. And I feel like a lot of smaller, I want to say small, but non-big movie studios are taking chances on just beautiful stories. This is Beautiful Boy, and the cover has Steve Carell and Timothee Chalamet sitting next to each other. And it looks like Steve Carell, he's an older gentleman. He's stroking the back of Timothee Chalamet.
Stroking, really?
It's called Beautiful Boy. So that's the thing. I wasn't sure.
His hand is just resting on his back.
Stroking it. Softly.
Oh God.
Like a pimp would. No, okay, so seeing that cover with those who sit in there, it looks like a very sentimental moment. And then it's called Beautiful Boy. And it also has Steve Carell. So I didn't know what to expect. It might have been a man just did an underage love story. I don't know.
No, honestly, that's what I thought. I thought it was something pedophilic. You know what I'm saying?
I know it, and I would not give you thought that just because Timothee Chalamet has that look to where he has that
if he's watching this, he's gonna grow a beard and everything. They fuck this shit.
No, but he just has that look okay, he could play that young kid that an older, if an older woman falls in love with a younger kid, he's got that look to where you're like, okay, I could see that happening.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was expecting comedy, and I got this adult drama, which
nothing funny about it. Nothing funny about it at all. So,
off the rip. Okay.
That's you.
For me.
Did you like the movie?
I loved it. This movie. I loved it, and I loved the fact that it was it didn't let up. Some people watch movies that don't let up on the tension and they feel like, oh, it's too sad. It's too, it's too dour. It doesn't have any breaks so that you can smile, so that they just feel like, oh, it's too depressing. But some stories, I feel, it should be that way. It's like, it's not, this isn't a fun story. This is a story about, trauma. It's a story about, coping, all those different things. And if you cut into those situations with humor, yeah, it makes it a little more digestible. But at the same time, I think it undercuts the severity of the situation.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but yeah, I love this movie. I thought it was really good. And like, anybody going through that in their family life, I would, suggest watching this movie.
Yeah. I guess overshadow the movie, as we're going to jump on as we always do, movies about a young boy and his father's relationship, and how the boys strays off into drugs.
Yeah.
And goes down a dark path, and his dad is always just trying to save him, and eventually he does. It's him and his wife, or him and the son's mom are not together.
Yeah.
But they learn how to work together to save the son and everything else. And yeah, that's really, like, there's more to it, but the nutshell is their relationship and the road that the son takes on this path of doing drugs.
Yeah. And it's good. What's cool is, like, again, normally when you watch a movie like this, you watch it go from happiness and then spiral down out of control, and then whatever the eventual outcome of the story is. Whereas in this movie, you're kind of already jumping into it like midway through this spiral. And then, it jumps back here or there to go back, and you see like how the relationship was, how things were. But ultimately, like, you kick off right into, hey, this family is dealing with some shit that, like, they just don't know how to get through it. Did you like the movie?
I did. I liked it a lot. It was very, very, what's I'm looking for? Not necessarily touching, but like I said at the beginning of the podcast, it's just one of the movies that makes you, where you just realize some people are chosen to do certain jobs. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to or you don't.
Yeah.
Because every time they felt like giving up, one of them wouldn't. And it's like, because one didn't, the other one couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just say, hey, this is what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
And it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like, again, I've never been through this situation, but I feel like, when you're dealing with that type of internal struggle, and you have family members, something that are dealing with it with you, like, you it kind of shows the different points a person can get to within that struggle, where they get to a point where they're okay, when they get to a point where they relapse. The family members are gung-ho about saving you. Then sometimes they get to a point where they feel like they can't do anything to help you. Then sometimes they give up. I thought the movie did a really good job of, like, establishing all those different points that a person can get to in that journey.
Yeah.
And one thing that was dope is it's showing the struggle that Timothee Chalamet's character had with drugs, and how sometimes it comes out of nowhere. Like, there's no real set, oh, this thing happened and that's what made him relapse.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like, sometimes you're just back in this area, you're just feeling a certain way, and it just makes you, you don't know, like, if you're not going through it, you don't know that struggle.
Yeah, I've actually learned that. I've met people that have dipped and dabbed in things, and when they remove themselves out of that environment, like, let's just say they change cities, they are good. But the minute they step back into that environment to go visit family or whatever, right back at it again.
And what do you think? Okay, go ahead, finish. Then I got a question.
Oh no, I was just saying that they right back at it, and I can't understand how that happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do you think there's some kind of, like, trigger emotionally from just being in a certain environment? Like, it just,
I think so, because it's a part in the movie Like I said, I can't understand it, but just there's a part of the movie where um, what's his name, Chalamet. He's giving a speech, and he said, alcohol and drugs aren't my problem.
Mm-hmm.
I was using that to deal with the problem.
Yeah.
And so that got me to thinking, if people that leave their cities or their hometowns or whatever and don't touch anything until they come back and visit, what's the problem back there that'll make you go down that route again? You know what I'm saying? And that's actually one thing I was hoping that the movie kind of touched on. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be the problem with him being with his dad and always having to leave to go visit his mom when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? But that's one thing that I do wish the movie would have hinted on. Like it's not what you're doing that's the problem. It's why you're doing it is the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I always like, I kind of liken it to almost like, okay, so for example, me and you, like, we were best friends hanging out all the time. And then when you moved to Alabama and then you moved to Chicago, all those things, like, there were bouts of time where we didn't talk to each other for months, like good amount of months. But then the minute we were around each other, you give it an hour and it's right back to like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I wonder if it's that, like when you get into that familiar environment, it almost just becomes a part of your routine in that environment.
With that being said, maybe it's a form of comfortability.
Comfortability. Springfield Public School System.
Hey,
at it again.
Comfortability. I
can see that. Like sometimes, okay, when I go back to Springfield, sometimes I got to go back to my barbershop. I got to go to my old Jamaican spot. I need to go to the Holyoke Mall, even if I don't buy it, just walk around. Sometimes it's just like, it's almost like just revisiting your old places, because it's like there's this comfort in those places just from memories of your childhood.
It's the places that made you.
Yeah. Okay. And these things played an integral part in your life. Someone who someone who's been sober for a long time steps into a situation where they're back in this comfortable area. It's almost like, like I'm comfortable. Let me go be comfortable, like wholeheartedly. Like, that grabbing that drug is like just going back to the mall for a little bit.
I can see that. Except, of course, that comes with a price.
Oh yeah, like a heavy price. And in this case, like, I mean, he started with weed. Did he start with weed?
Did he start with?
I think he started with weed because there was this time when he smoked with his dad.
Yeah, but I think that's when he was
already.
I think coming to stay with his dad. Yeah, and they already knew he was like dipping and dabbing and stuff.
Yeah,
but he just showed him the weed to make it seem like he was okay.
Yeah.
So I think at that moment he had already done it, but weed was okay to share, not the needles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It scares me. Like they always say, like weed is a gateway drug. I don't believe it's a gateway drug. I just believe some people have addictive personalities.
Honestly, only drug that I believe is a gateway drug is alcohol.
Explain. Just because you have a familiar history with it.
I got a whole lot of history with this shit. But the reason why I say that is because it's legal. And there's different brands of alcohol. You can get that $80 bottle of vodka or the little cheap on the bottom shelf $3 bottle of vodka. You know what I'm saying? And when you're young and you don't know any better, and you might have just swiped something from the liquor cabinet or whatever, it's like you just know you want to feel whatever you felt when you had it the first time.
Yeah.
And then after a while of doing it, it's like, you ever see those bums on the street? All they want is a 40 ounce, and it's usually the cheapest liquor they can get to because they want that feeling. Now, of course, like me and you, we're not, no disrespect to the bums on the street, but we're not bums on the street. So we have a flavor of what we like in our alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna buy that bottom shelf shit, but if I do, just shoot me. Just it's game over for me.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
If I ever walked into your house and you had that bottom shelf vodka, all I'm doing is tossing in some of my mom's herbs and some of my mom's tree roots. Be like, that's good. You look at that bottle and it'll make you think twice. If you really want the alcohol,
yeah, true.
You're really gonna have to work for it.
Yeah, for real, man.
God damn, I like drinking fucking motor fluid.
Man, but no, I think alcohol is a gateway drug because whatever alcohol you find that fits your flavor as a person,
Yeah.
Some people get real relaxed, some people are happy drunks, some people are angry drunks, whatever.
Yeah.
But you could only feel so good on whatever drug you're taking. And eventually, if you drink too much alcohol, you realize, okay, I've reached my peak. I'm just keep drinking till I pass out.
Yeah.
But if you happen to be around somebody that has a little something different, and you're like, well, what's that do? Well, shit, try it. I think alcohol lowers your senses of making conscious decisions.
Oh, definitely. I think because alcohol is so widely accepted that like it almost gives you a taste of like this euphoria feeling. And that's why I say like I think it's less to do with the alcohol and more to do with the personality. Because some people get that euphoria feeling like, yeah, I don't really feel like feeling like that. Like for me, like I smoke weed every so often, and like it's okay. Like if I needed to relax, if I need to go to bed, it's good, it's fine. I have no problem doing it. But like I don't really care for that feeling. So it's not something where it's going to be like, okay, I need to try something more to give me a better feeling, because I don't really care for that feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas someone can sip some alcohol and be like, yo, I really like that feeling. So they sip some harder liquor, or I really like that. Oh, let me try some absinthe. Oh, okay, maybe not. And they start going, and it's less to do with the fact that it's alcohol, and more that their personality they get so into it that they just want to see if they can top that last feeling, get a new feeling. Just, I don't know.
No, I agree. It's like you're chasing that high so much. You're like, what can I do that's gonna make me feel as good as I did the very first time?
Yeah, chasing that dragon. Puff the magic dragon.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's like that. That first high is always the best, and you're after that first time, you're always chasing that same high.
Look, like I can't tell you the first time I had a drink. I really don't know, but I know I was young. And I just remember sitting there feeling so relaxed and nothing mattered and everything was cool.
Yeah.
But I was young. I'm talking like 13, 12 years old young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which, and
do you remember how you got your hands on your first taste of alcohol?
I want to say I took it from my grandmother's cabinet. If it wasn't from that, I know, because I was older then. I stole a beer from my neighbor.
Do you remember why you wanted to just? Was it because everyone else was doing it?
Oh yeah, I mean, we used to have as the kids when there was like celebrations and everything. I remember going to weddings and everything, and all the adults are passing around champagne and drinking, and everybody's all celebrating, and all the kids have their little wine glasses filled with sparkling water.
Yeah,
and we're trying to act like the adults. So we're already being shown this is what you do when you drink these things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is before you even got a drink, a real drink. You just know the adults have these drinks and they're all laughing and joking. And so it's like, okay, cool. So we do the same things as kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember when I realized I didn't really care. Like I love drinking alcohol. It's fun. It's great. But like, I think I realized where I didn't have that addictive personality towards alcohol was one day I was sitting there and I was talking to some family members and they were like, hey, Sarath, you sure you don't drink? And I was like, yeah, I don't drink. I've never drank at all. They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Why? And they're like, because we've spiked your drink a couple of times and then nothing happened. So like, I was just like, okay, then if that's the case, then like, I feel like if I had that addictive personality, I would have noticed something different, and then I would try to figure out what that thing was. Whereas I didn't notice it, so must not have cared that much for it.
Yeah.
Now, even to this day, like I'll drink alcohol. I'd much rather drink alcohol than smoke weed or do any of that stuff. But like, if I don't have alcohol with me, it's not like I'm sitting there just struggling. Like, okay, I don't have alcohol today. I'll go grab something else.
Yeah. Alcohol was the only actually, you know what? Yes, I was addicted to alcohol. But
you were. I know you were. Yeah, but I seen it firsthand.
I know. That's why I had to make sure I said my words correctly. But as far
because I call you out on that shit.
Look, no, I was addicted heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a whole bill put aside per month for how much money I could spend on alcohol. But as far as that gate,
to our regular listeners and viewers, like I know I've said it before on here, but if you haven't heard, like we drink a good amount on this show, but the amount that Chris used to drink versus what he does now is ungodly. Ungodly. Like that man. Whew.
Oh man.
And like I laughed about it at the time when I was just getting knowing Chris, but at the same time, it was just like once we realized there was a problem, we were like, okay, like no, this is we gotta try to either nip this in the bud or something. Something's gotta be said.
Yeah. But yeah, but the gateway drug, alcohol, just like for me, just in my own personal experience, I remember who I was with when I first tried cocaine. I remember who I was first with when I tried weed, when I tried ecstasy, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what other drug I did, that guy never messed with me. No needles, nothing like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, just whatever I did, nothing ever compared to alcohol.
Yeah.
Except for ecstasy. That's the only drug I could say where I was legit addicted to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And shit, that was that, you know. And so when you say about the addictive behavior of the person,
yeah,
I've realized, especially now that I'm older, like I don't know what you want to call it, I don't know what it is, but I think because my brain moves so fast, I need something to keep up with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And alcohol actually kind of slows me down, but after a certain while of drinking, I pick up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And ecstasy was just a straight pickup. Like shit. That was shit. I felt normal moving at the speed of light. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's crazy because like you almost feel like it almost feels like with your person's personality.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of P's. Holy shit.
Yeah.
No, like with a person's personality, like they can almost recognize the things that are going on in their brain and the things that either help cope with it or help, maintain it, whatever. Like for instance, with me, I know for a fact that my brain is always running at 100 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. Like just ideas upon ideas upon ideas. I start something and I'll start 10 more things before I finish that first thing. And I just keep going. I can't keep up. And so like, when I smoke weed, it would calm me down and just relax me. The issue with me is I'm already a pretty fucking relaxed person. Like I'm probably one of the most chill people you will ever come across.
But see, that's what I'll let you finish.
So the weed itself chills me out way more than I like to be. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said like I don't have that addictive personality, because I feel like if I did, I would grab that weed in order to calm my brain down. But because I already am chill and I don't really care to be any more chill, it's easier for me to be like, I have no problem dealing with my motor running at 100 miles an hour. I'd much rather that than, be so chill that I don't feel like I'm, aware. I'm not aware, but just like, I don't feel like if something happens, my reaction time isn't as crisp as I need it to be.
Yeah. And that's the same with you already being a chill person. You're chill in your demeanor.
Yeah.
But like you just said, your brain's at 100 miles per hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that was actually one of the reasons why I hated weed growing up. Because I wanted to move in my body as quick as I was in my brain. So when I smoked weed and I realized I'm still thinking, but I can't move, I hated it. Yeah. I hated it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I hated it. Yeah. Being in the club and everybody sitting there dancing, I'm just like, the bass sounds really, really good, but I'm stuck here. You know what I'm saying? Ecstasy? Oh yeah. I'm dropping the bass before the bass even comes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you out there, you dropping it low on the dance floor.
Man.
So there was so have you ever had anyone in your so the bass? So first of all, this movie is based on a true story. Mm-hmm. It's based on a memoir written by the Steve Carell character. I forget his name in the movie, but his character
something Neff, or is it
Schiff, something like Ben Schiff or something. I forget like that. But he wrote a book based off of his experiences with his son and helping his son try to get clean and things like that. Like, was there ever anyone in your life where you were you could feel them being that. Now, I don't want to say that guide, but being that person that like you could recognize like, hey, they're trying to help me. I just don't want that help right now. Because I mean, you've been, like I said, you've been, obviously, yeah, you were an alcoholic growing up. You've had like your bouts with different drugs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like there's a lot of shit that's happened in your life.
Yeah.
So, I mean, me from the outside looking in, I could look at all the shit you've been through and I'd be like, yo, how could he not be? How could he not be an alcoholic? How could he not be, be testing out different drugs? That motherfucker's been through some shit. Like, I don't know what I would do in that situation. So I can't judge. All I can do is just be like, yo, I'm going to support you in any way possible to help you get to a point where you can manage your life. But like, was there anyone around where you were like, I can see them trying to help point me in the right direction? It's just, if that's help I don't want right now.
I got to think, because there's two sides to that question. One is what you just said. Was there anybody around that I knew they were trying to help me? And the answer is not till I let them know what was going on, aka you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because shoot, birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I was doing, it was with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying? Until it was after I moved back to Massachusetts and I went through all that shit I went through and everything else. And shit, only thing I had going for me was my job, friendlies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And in doing that, shit.
And your mobile home.
That was after. I was on my bike at first. You know what I'm saying? I rode my bike I rode that bike for what, 8 weeks straight till I brought that damn car. Look, I don't care.
Bro, I got this Cadillac from Perfumes.
Look, to this day, my favorite car. I'll never say it wasn't.
Listen,
I worked hard for that damn car.
Listen here, audience. This motherfucker used to drive this straight up Martin Luther King fucking Cadillac.
Look, hey, you drove it too one night when we was all at the club. I was like, you're the designated driver.
That shit looked like, it was like Black Man's Noah's Ark.
It was a big ass boat, but oh my god, I had so much fun in that damn car.
Oh, dude, yeah, that shit is crazy.
Oh man, but yeah, that was it at the time. So when I learned that you were a trustworthy person, and I didn't like the road I was going down, because I remember, we worked that night.
Yeah,
and it got to the point where I was stopping at the liquor store. Y'all was stopping to getting coffee. I was stopping to get liquor and going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, these motherfuckers. I've said it before. If I had known what was going on, I would have had to fire these motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
They were leaving on break and going to get 4 shots and a beer, and then hitting on the bartender who looked like Miley Cyrus, according to Mike. And then they would come back on break. And I'm just like,
yeah. But see, Mike couldn't hold his liquor like I could.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
See, I came back and you might smell it on me, but I was efficient. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it. Mike came back and was like, hey, snap out of it, man. We got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get us caught. But yeah, after I realized you were a trustworthy person, and I had to come to terms with myself that I got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I let you. Do you have an instance where you realize like, this is an issue?
I just felt, I knew I had a lot on my mind. Like I said, just between coming from Virginia, losing everything I built up to have, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of shit. But I still felt like I was a happy person.
Yeah.
The difference was I was finding things to keep that happy going versus my own personal self. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And once I realized like that happy went to just feeling depressed and angry and shit, like all drugs, they're upper, but they bring you down too. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that crash is so much worse than the up.
Yeah. So back to your question about noticing that there was anybody there that was actually trying to help me. I could say, yeah, it was you, but it was after the fact of me telling you what was going on with me. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that I actually really thought were paying attention, that I thought had my back or loved me or whatever the case may be, I don't even know how to say this, but I'm gonna just say it. I went to the church I grew up in, and half the people was in there trying to fuck me. because I was an adult now, and I'm like, yo, I'm a broken. Like, I don't know. I don't mean. I'm gonna just say it the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'm a broken down individual right now. I need some support, and y'all trying to suck my jive. Look, look, and on one end, I'm drunk as hell, so I'm like, yeah, you know, I can do it. And on the other end, I'm like,
that's not the kind of confession I need right now.
But don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but no, that's when I realized that at that moment I felt alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know,
I mean, dude, it's
shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, and it's a hard thing to recognize, but once you recognize the people in your life who truly don't want anything from you, but your friendship, like it's a hard, because like, you know, people can play like they're, you know, in that lane, and they're gonna act like that lane, and then all of a sudden, years down the road, they want something, need something. Whether they recognize that, hey, this guy's on a path, like, you know, someone in middle school, oh shit, he didn't dunk the basketball, he did, and you know, I'm gonna help take care of this kid, I'm gonna help, you know, polish this kid up, get him ready, because he's got potential. And all of a sudden he gets in the league, he goes, hey man, you going to help me out with some money and all this shit. It's like, you've been setting this up for years.
Yeah,
you know,
other
people who but then there's people out there who truly like, this kid's got a skill that if he stays in this environment, he's going to fucking go downhill. All I want to see this little kid get out of here. And just reach whatever he can reach. Once you find people like that in your life, like, I mean, it's hard to recognize, but when you do, like, hold on to those motherfuckers.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. Once I identify with you as an A, and I appreciate you for. I mean, we crack jokes and talk shit all day long. Yeah. But at that moment, you knew it was serious. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when you were having withdrawals at work,
yeah,
the motherfucker was like, give me my keys. I need a drink.
Yeah, man.
No, man, you ain't getting your keys back. No, come on, man. It hurts so bad.
Look, man.
People was like, hey, man, when's the last time you had a drink? I ain't had a drink since this morning. He's like, look, what?
Yeah, man. It was bad. It was real bad. Bro. But I always took care of my responsibilities.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it was a problem with I didn't see it was a problem with my what's the word I'm looking for? With my everyday activities, but I knew it was a problem internally. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest. The one thing I did recognize about you, just because, you know, you're with your family and all this stuff, was it always felt like, how do I put this? All right. So I wrote this book, or I'm writing this book. I have all the pre-work done. I got to write it. And it's about this superhero who, you know, was born in Boston, who was born in New Hampshire, grew up in New Hampshire, moves to Boston, ends up becoming a vigilante, dies as a homeless drunk. And it basically, it's a view of his life from the point of view of 4 people that were integral to his growth as a human being throughout his life. And one of the things that I wrote was like, his sidekick or whatever, that was a superhero with him. You know, he was talking to the character's daughter, and she's like, oh yeah, he's just a drunk. All he does is he drinks, and he's always drunk, you know. And then he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, he can't afford medical bills. He can't afford any of this stuff. So he drinks in order to numb the pain so that he can go out and help people. And to me, that's almost what you were doing. Like, it almost felt like you had all this shit going on in your head, but to you, taking care of your family and taking care of everyone else was more important than the shit you had going on. So you were almost drinking to numb the pain so that you had the energy to go help out everyone else like you knew you should be doing. That's the one thing I've always known about you, is like, you, like me, we have no problem pushing our shit to the side if we know the people we love about need our help. You know, it's just, it gets to that point where you're like, well, goddamn, ain't nobody going to help me out.
Yeah.
And granted, you like me, we don't ask for help.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you to, hey, I'm struggling right now, I need help. But I would hope that the people that say they love me, that say they care about me, can recognize that, like, yo, like, he needs something right now.
Yeah.
That's what you would hope. You're not always going to get it. And you can't be disappointed when you don't get it. You just because you didn't ask for the help. But you just got to recognize that that's something that happens.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in this movie, one of the most interesting characters that I thought about was Steve Carell's wife, which is Timothee Chalamet's.
I thought the same thing.
Go
ahead.
Stepmom. And it was really interesting because like she had this love for him that like that's her stepson. She wanted the best for him. She wanted to help take care of him. She wanted all the best. But at the same point, like she had her own kids she needed to protect.
Yeah.
She had her own kids, her own like family that she needed to watch out for. And it was, you almost saw that point where you're like, I can't take care of you because I got to protect these people.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think about that? Like that kind of person?
If you're talking about the same part of the movie that really stood out to me is when she was chasing them.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I don't know why. I guess that we're brainstorming, I can kind of elaborate on a little more. But that part hit me, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it wasn't her son, but she did have a part in raising him, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And of course, anybody that you love, you want the best for them, you know what I'm saying? And just to she hopped in the car and chased him until she just was like, okay.
What do you think she would have said if she had caught him?
Based on her character,
motherfucker, that was my door you broke.
No, actually, no. I think she would have just tried to show more love until she just realized she ain't really got much more to give.
I feel like if she had caught him, it would have been that tough love moment. Motherfucker, you just broke into my house, try to steal my kid's shit, and try to put your family, my family in danger because you can't fucking help yourself. And like, I don't know, like, I don't know if I've ever come across a person like that in my life personally, but like, I don't know, just that moment where you fall, where you love someone and you want the best for them, but you reach this point where you're like, you're toxic to me and my family.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to let you know that you are toxic to me and my family right now. And like, some people might take that as mean. Some people who might like things sugar coated might take that as like, oh, you're being mean to a point that you don't need to be right now. But then there's someone like you and me who like that kind of shit. We're like, no, like sometimes they need to hear the God honest truth.
Yeah.
No sugar coats. As it is.
For real. I mean, and I think that's part of my problem I have. Like, we go back and forth and we'll say, don't go the Chris Brown route because I don't mind giving shit to people straight, no chaser, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the question always comes back to me, can you take it? And I'm like, yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The only problem is I own all the shit that I do, so y'all can't give it to me the same way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Only one person that can, and that's you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. and it's not because everybody else can't. I think they're too afraid to.
I think some people are too afraid to because they know they got their own skeletons. You know? Whereas me and you, like, we know everything about each other.
Yeah.
So if I'm speaking to you honestly, I'm being honest because you know the shit I've been through.
Yeah.
And likewise, I know the shit you've been through. So, if I say something to you that sounds fucked up, you're someone who'll be like, all right, yeah, that's fucked up, but I know this motherfucker loves me. I know this motherfucker's my best friend. So he wouldn't be saying some shit that's that fucked up unless I'm doing some shit that's fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I mean, there's other people that I wish would talk to me that way. Because I don't mind talking to them that way at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit. I mean, shit. If you ask for it, I'm going to give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you see me doing some shit that's fucked up, check me too. It lets me know you really care about me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But everybody can't take that.
Yeah. Some people, because some people's futures, some people's success, whatever you want to call it, hinges on whether you agree with what they say. So they're not going to take the chance on, overstepping that line because they're afraid they're going to lose that support that they need in order to succeed in whatever they're doing. Whereas someone like you and me, we're self-sufficient. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can take everything away from me right now, and I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna be hurt. If I can cry myself to sleep, but I know for a fact I will still be able to pick myself up and keep going.
Yep. The reason why I do push-ups and pull-ups is squats, because like I told you, it's a mental thing. Yeah, if you can always push yourself or pull yourself up, you'll never be down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how fat I am, I can still do some pull-ups, goddammit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's it. So when I do burpees, it's like, all right, like as soon as I pop up from a burpee, I immediately drop down because I know that if I start going down, I'm gonna have to come back up. So I don't have time. I don't have time to sit there and wonder about how much this hurts.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep that motion going.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's just the way, we look at life, or people should look at life. Like, as long as you can pull yourself up physically, because like I said, to me, it's more of a mental thing.
Yeah.
If you mentally tell yourself, get up, and then you start working on getting up, no matter how far down you get or get knocked down or whatever, you can get back up because you've done it too many times for fun. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you ever gotten to a moment in your life where you felt like you had to overstep a boundary in order to keep going in what you were doing? For example, like in the movie, it's that scene where Timothee Chalamet and his girlfriend at the time, they break into, his dad's house.
Yeah.
And they're very clearly looking for stuff to steal so they can go buy more drugs.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever gotten to the point where it's like you're doing some shit you shouldn't be doing for the sake of feeding this monster inside you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Like, when you think back on those moments?
Yeah. Oh man. And oh God. Yeah. Shit.
I'll tell you right now, like I mean, I don't say this publicly a lot, like not a lot of people know, but like I was almost arrested for stealing money. Like to the point where like if I didn't go and turn myself in, at that moment, an hour later, there was going to be a warrant for my arrest. Like I was at that point, and like I think about that now, and I'm just like, never again. Yeah. Never again will I let life take me to a point where I'm doing shit that makes me feel like that. Yeah. I don't know how to explain what that feeling is, but I am never letting myself get to that point again.
I understand. Like I'm trying to figure out how I can tell this story without putting anybody on blast.
That's exactly how I just did it.
Yeah,
I did that. I was like, okay, how do I say this without really, putting names and faces into shit?
I mean, because I was at a get together. I was at a get together, and this individual.
Were you fucking the babysitter? No, I'm just kidding.
No shit. I never had a babysitter. Nah.
Hey, man, all I can say is Honda Civic, 3 a.m.
Oh, goodness. That wasn't the babysitter. Oh man.
Yeah, but you heard about it.
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh man, but no. I was at a get together, and this individual, not gonna say whether it's male or female, was, getting kind of reckless.
Mm-hmm.
So when we all planned on turning in for the night, I go to where my room is at, and this same individual is passed out on the hallway floor. And the asshole in me had an idea. So I go downstairs and I run into somebody else. And I was like, hey, you want to do something for the road? He was like, what are you thinking? I was like, come here, you know what I'm saying? And then one of my other people walk up, and this guy, guy, yeah, was I knew he was cool enough. Yeah, come on, you know what I'm saying? And we got upstairs, and this is how I know I'm just a devious, deviant person, devil person when I want to be. I set up everything where all cameras were covered, everything was good. Robbed his ass because I knew he had money on him, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Did what we had to do, and then walked him to his room and put him in his bed. And then we gave all the money to another friend of mine that was really down on his luck.
What are you, Robin Hood?
I don't know. Look, but that's what I'm saying. It's like
You're Robin Hood. You're Robin in the hood. You're Robin.
But look, my first initial mindset of doing it is because this person was a douchebag earlier.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. I got you now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this person wasn't even a douchebag to me. Just a douchebag.
Yeah.
But then after the deed was done, I was like, yo, I don't even need this shit. It was just fun to do. You know what I'm saying? And hey, take that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can look back. I mean, I'm not gonna judge you on that. Even so, even if I were, but yeah, you know, he robbed someone to give, you know, someone else who needed to. You're like the government, but it's just, you know, like we all have, you know, skeletons in our closet and, you know, things about us that we're not proud of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But two, like, you know, would you ever, if that scenario ever popped up again, like, could you see yourself reacting in the same way as you did when you were younger?
No.
Why is that?
Because if it was me, I'd want help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's just the bottom line to it. Yeah. If it was me, I'd want some help.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's one of those, like, nothing is worth compromising who you are and what you believe in order to keep something going. And that's all I was doing, was trying to keep something going. And I allowed myself to, you know, look past or look away from what I knew was right. And I almost paid for it. Almost. Yeah. Would have been 5 years. Dude told me that would have been 5 years at least. So.
Damn.
You know, and here's the thing. My mama don't even know this story. So if she learns how to work the internet and she listens to this shit, sorry, mom. But I'm not like that. I don't do that anymore.
Look, what's that movie? Was it Nothing to Lose with Martin Lawrence and God dang, what's his name? The white dude from Shawshank Redemption.
Timothee Robbins?
Tim Robbins, there you go. She gonna smack us both. I'm like, what you smack me for? Because you with them.
Dude, I'm gonna get smacked one day. You're just gonna be sitting at home and you're like, oh, Sarath told the story.
Oh man.
Yeah. But I mean, like, and the thing is, like, in the movie, like, it's hard. I don't know if it was done on purpose, but like, you never really got a sense of why Timothee Chalamet's character went downhill like that. But to me, that's almost, I don't know if it's on purpose, but I kind of like the fact that you don't really know why, because one, that's kind of not that important. It doesn't matter why a person went down a path. The point is, like, can we get them out of it? And two,
go ahead.
It could be like, sometimes it could be the littlest things that just send you down the spiral.
But see, I think that's important because I think if you flood yourself so much, you forget what that reason was. You just remember the feeling of it, and you don't want to feel it no more. Like, you ever been mad at something, and then you hold that anger for God knows how long, and then you run into the person or the thing, whatever that you was mad at, and be like, you know what? Yeah, I don't even remember what I was mad at for. I just know I was mad at you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Like, when you look back and you're like that wasn't really a reason to be mad. Like, when I was in second grade.
Somebody stole your crayons?
No. My friend Andrew. So we were sitting there in class, and there was this pretty girl in class. Her name was Elizabeth, and like, I think we were in the auditorium. You know, when in the auditorium, I was at Mary M. Lynch. So we were in the auditorium. Yeah. They made us sit in the lines in the gym, and we were saying something, whatever, talking, and like some people were getting on him about something. So he just goes, "Well, Sarath likes Elizabeth," and I was like, "Wait, what?" And he put me on blast like that.
Yeah.
And like, I was mad at him for a long time. And then after like a year or two, I was just like, well, I wasn't going to tell her I liked her, but I'm kind of glad he did. I mean, nothing came of it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you got cheap clothes. I don't want to mess with you. But
oh,
like,
God.
It's just one of those things where it's like, when I think back about it, I'm like, no, well, like, I kind of, sometimes you need somebody to make that announcement for you, I guess, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just look at it that way versus being like, oh, you broke our friendship. No, like, we were kids. That's all he had on me. That's it.
Yeah.
I could beat him in basketball. He had nothing on me except for who I like.
Oh God, your little Asian ass running around.
No. You ever see like, sometimes when you're a little kid, like, and somebody's got some shit on you, you're looking for something to get them back with. What, your underwear sticking out? Yeah. Some shit like that.
Some stupid shit. Yeah.
I remember this little kid when I used to work at the sneaker store. I remember it clear as day. There was this little kid. He had to be about 4 years old. He was wearing church clothes. And for some reason, his hairline was down here and connected to his eyebrow. So he's talking to some little girl at the store. He goes, well, I don't even like you, ugly girl. And she was started crying. I was like, oh, he just called her ugly. But like, when you're that age, something that small is that devastating.
Yeah.
And I feel like as you get older, you get smartened up to the things that are actually devastating, and the little things like that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
I'm about to pop open this legendary dry. This Boston heirloom wasn't bad. The Mass Appeal, the original, is still my favorite one.
Fair enough. So,
side note, Steve Carell's house in that movie was fucking dope.
Oh, hell yeah. The cabin or whatever it was.
Yeah. And they painted the trees.
Yeah.
I want that. I want get my kids, paint the trees, like an artist retreat.
No, I thought that was dope. Just out there, just painting the one with nature. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That was out like in San Francisco.
Honestly, I don't know because I know the Golden Gate Bridge was there.
Yeah, well, he was driving back from at the scene where he relapses. He hangs out with the family for the weekend. He's been clean for like 18 months. And then like whatever happened when he was hanging out, I don't know if it had something to do with, I don't know if it, okay. So when I say like these tiny little triggers that can send you down on a spiral, like, I don't know if it was the mom telling him, hey, you're like the little kid, hey, you can't go in the waves when it's that high. But I don't know if it was that was the trigger for him to be like disappointment, and then he just get that wash of disappointment.
But see, I'm gonna go back to what we said at the beginning of the podcast. With I'm gonna say it again. I don't give a shit with the comfortability. You know what I'm saying? I programmed myself.
Bro.
No, I've programmed myself to say that word that way for so many years, being funny. It's stuck in my fucking brain. You know what I'm saying?
So all right. So before you even go any further, speaking of you being programmed to say things, do you know that every time you try to say bought, you say brought? And I've been listening to it for a while now, and I've never said anything about it. But you always say brought. Yeah, I brought this earlier, this alcohol. But you always say brought. You never say bought.
What? Oh, you fucking up my lingo over here, man. You gotta start thinking about that shit.
In all honesty, I kind of want you to get self-conscious when you try to say bought. But this motherfucker's. Oh, he wasn't lying. This motherfucker.
You already got me with the word gotcha. Like last time we was together, we was
counting. We was
counting. It's like it took you 22 minutes to say gotcha. I was like, who the fuck is counting this shit?
Hold on. Okay, so speaking of, I'm gonna show you this right now. So I got a little text group chat with me and my brothers and Dustin. And my brother wrote, see it right here?
Okay, I can see it, but I can't read what it says.
It says, he wrote, gotcha. Then he wrote, oh shit, I'm channeling Chris right now.
Oh man.
That house was dope. Like that kind of artist retreat in the woods, not necessarily in the woods. Like again, he was in the woods, but he was close to San Francisco. Like that. I guess I kind of want that.
Okay. Oh no, wait. I was going somewhere. No, I got that. But we was talking about him going back and the littlest trigger. Yeah, little sugar made a relapse. And we talked about being comfortable in your surroundings. And I think the fact that he was so happy to be there with the siblings and his dad and just being cool, it's like, I feel so good. How do I feel better? Because I'm okay. Me as an example, I've been places where it's like, oh yeah, I'm about to have fun, but let me get a shot first.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
Pre-gaming.
Yeah, but it's like, because you're already having fun.
Yeah.
But let me enhance the fun.
Yeah.
But that, yeah.
So
that could be a way to look at it, where it's like he was happy and cool to be where he was, but how can he be happier?
Well, so it was that. It could have been that, or because he started relapsing on his drive home or his drive back, like you could see, like he was going through it. It's almost like, dude, I had so much fun this weekend. Like, I don't want to go back to that other shit. Like, I want to keep this happiness going. How do I keep this happiness going? I know for a fact that happiness crash is fucking for real. Because when I was in high school in 10th grade, I was part of the robotics team in Central, and we built a robot, put it in competition, and then the championships was in Disney World. So we got a free trip to Disney World for the week, and we got to like put our robot in competition, go to Disney, all this different shit. But then when I came back, that crash, I was like, I just spent a week in Disney with all my friends, hanging out till like 2-3 in the morning at the playground, just having fun. And I come back and I'm just like there's this crash, and I could feel myself like crying. Like, I want to savor that happiness that I had all week. And like, okay, how do I keep that? So I when I saw that in the movie, I recognized that. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that shit. Cause I remember talking to this girl on the phone and just crying. And I didn't know why I was crying. I was just crying because I wasn't in Florida anymore. And she was like, hey, why are you crying? And I was like, nah, don't worry about it. But I knew why. It's because I just spent a week hanging out with my friends, not a care in the world, just having fun. And now I knew I was going back to, hearing my mom talking about, hey, did you sign up for, fucking colleges or fucking, whatever, all that other shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So let's talk about the Steve Carell and his ex-wife's relationship. What'd you think about that?
I thought it was a very, like, I felt very honest, like a very real, like, you got two parents who are doing their own separate life. And like, it's almost like you're not raising him the way I raise him. So you're fucking up because when he's with me, he's doing good. And then you're not fucking doing the same job. You're not putting as much effort as I am. Well, you have no idea how much effort the other person's putting in.
Yeah. Because I was sitting there looking at, because in the movie, the picture they painted is they were separated when the kid was young, at least because he could fly. Excuse me. He could fly by himself. So it couldn't have been, what's the legal age? 5 to be able to fly alone for a toddler?
I have no idea. I've never researched that. They don't let brown people fly when they're that young.
Shit. My nieces do it all the time. So I know there's a certain age they have to be, but it's also still very young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there thinking, okay, they were separated his whole life, but him and his dad had a good relationship, because every time what he said, I love you more than everything, he would say everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I guess looking at their relationship, because even when things went completely downhill, the mom thanked him and his wife, like thank her too for both y'all, doing what y'all can do. And I just say that, I mean, some parents make it hard for the other parent to be a parent. You know what I'm saying?
Explain, because that's a very real statement, and I connect with that, but people may not understand what you're trying to talk about. So say,
well, I mean, because I was listening to TD Jakes. I had to get my Jesus on. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have your Steve Harvey suit on while you was listening?
Oh no, I was drinking a beer. No, but I still love God. But no, he had mentioned something where most men don't want to leave their children. They just leave the situation.
Yeah,
and what they try to do is have a relationship with their child through the mother, but the mother either doesn't allow it, or makes it very, very, very hard. You know what I'm saying?
And this is something he said, not something you personally believe.
Oh no, I definitely believe it, but I heard it from TD Jakes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so watching the movie and looking how all that went, when everything was going crazy and Steve Carell's character was going off, if you listen, he wasn't mad at the mom. He just didn't have an outlet, and she was the easiest target.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. No, that was very, very, very. Yeah, I got that a lot.
So I guess what I'm saying is, if to all people that may be listening or watching this, if you're in a separate home trying to raise a child, you and the mom or the dad keep everything as cool as you possibly can. Yeah. Because most of the time, like you just said, you don't know how much effort the other parent's putting in to try to do what they can the best way they can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
likewise, you don't know how much the child is picking up.
Yeah, that too.
Like I think we take for granted how receptive a child is. Like they're picking up little things that you're not even aware of. They're like seeing little nuances in your relationship with this person that you used to love, but now you guys have this contentious relationship, and they're picking up these little nuances, and it's going to form their thoughts about what a relationship is. You have to be cognizant of that, and you have to understand that, like, yeah, when the child is around, like, you have to be careful because they're going to see everything.
Mm-hmm. And if they don't see it, they can hear it, because even when Steve Carell's character was arguing with his current wife,
yeah,
the kids woke up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that even if they don't see it, they can still hear.
Yeah.
You know,
to me, that was one of the more heartbreaking things about the movie, and it's very real, is when the children started to recognize that, hey, he's got a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, to me, that fucking hurts so much, where it's like, it's one thing because parents, they see, they know about stuff like that. But when you have a child that recognizes, like, hey, my older brother is like messed up.
Yeah.
And like, he told me he was going to be at my swim meet and he didn't show up. And all this different stuff. And
then he said, is he on drugs again? Like, God dang. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just like, man, the idea of disappointing a child to that point fucking scares the fuck out of me. Like, to the point where I feel like sometimes I overcompensate when I'm in relationships, when I'm talking to people. Like, I don't want to, disappoint people, but disappointing an adult and disappointing a child is two different things. And like, if I ever disappoint a child, bruh, kick me in the balls.
Yeah.
Turn me to a eunuch. It's just, I don't, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. And what is it? What is it about? Do you feel like there's a difference between disappointing an adult versus disappointing a child?
Yeah, definitely.
What is that to you?
Even though adults still have to learn some shit, they are capable of taking care of themselves. Children are still learning how to do that. They're still dependent on somebody, whether it's another sibling.
Fucking juice.
Yeah, it's fucking weather's bad outside.
She's like, get me the fuck out of here. It's raining.
She was like, I will not die in the Noah's Ark again.
You know what? The other day I was sitting there, I was like, I gotta tell someone that theory that you have, just to see what they say.
Look, that shit, man. I'm gonna make it to this boat. God damn it, it's gonna happen. I would not get left behind. Oh man.
No, like I feel like at the end of the day, like, if you disappointed an adult, it sucks, and you don't want to do that, and you might create a contentious relationship. But at the end of the day, adults understand that life happens.
Yeah.
There is some shit that happens that's just out of your control, and it sucks, and it might make you less reliable. But at the end of the day, as an adult, I can understand. I might not like it. I can understand. But to a child, your word is everything.
Yeah.
You disappoint a child, you're not only like telling them that, hey, people's words don't mean anything, but you're telling them that, like, get ready, because everything you believe isn't necessarily going to be true.
Look, when you disappoint a child, you disappoint damn near all their five senses and their inside and outside. Mm-hmm. You hurt what they heard, you hurt what they saw, you hurt what they felt, you hurt what they thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all that shit is vital to the growth of any human being.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Well,
did you like what? Okay, so pulling back from all this heavy shit,
mm-hmm.
What'd you think of the acting in this movie?
I thought the acting was amazing.
I thought, so when Timothee Chalamet first came out, the first time I really heard about him was in Dune. Mm-hmm. But like, he's been in some other movies that he's gotten he's like one of the youngest actors to ever get a fucking an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. I forget the name of the movie, but I'm gonna have to look it up. But like seeing him in this movie, I was like, he really made me believe about it, like that he was a kid going through some shit.
Yeah.
There was one part where he was yelling. I think he was yelling. I don't know if he was yelling at his dad or someone else. He was just yelling like, "Hey, stop bothering." Like, I forget what he was saying. Mm-hmm. But like, there was an instance where he was angry at whoever was trying to tell him to do something. He was just like,
it was his dad and his stepmom, because he was trying to leave, and there's like, where you gonna go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he just had that sudden outburst of cursing and everything else.
Yeah.
It's a switch, because even when he said, "Did you steal your brother's money?" He's like, "Fuck you." He's like, "Fuck me." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then he goes, "No, it's you." And then even Steve Carell, he goes, "No, it's you. You have a problem, and you're the one doing this shit." Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, man, like, goddamn, like it really captured the anger and the frustration when dealing with someone who's got a problem that you can't. It's not even that they got a problem; is they have a problem that no matter what you do, you can't do anything about.
People's problems are going to be people's problems as long as they want them to be their problem.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. I need to go check out this book, like the actual book that it's based on. Mm-hmm. I really want to see what it's, because it says at the end of the movie that Timothee Chalamet's character has been sober for 8 years since. So.
Oh yeah. And I think it was the fact of him getting that tough love that changed it all. You know what I'm saying?
Was it tough love, or was it him being in the position where he almost lost something?
Well, I think the tough love was the kickstart.
Yeah.
When his dad was just like, "I can't help you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's begging, "Don't leave me." But I've learned from myself and people I've interacted with, when a person's under the influence of anything, they're speaking their real thoughts. But once they sober up, they don't remember none of that shit they said.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that for a fact. I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Sober words are, drunken words are sober thoughts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was begging for help, but they knew, "I can help you now, but once you get back good again, you'll forget." You know what I'm saying? So when he finally hit that rock bottom and went to the bathroom and did what he did,
yeah.
I mean, I think he had to go through that, because at that moment, everybody he loved turned their back on him.
Yeah.
So when he went down that road and woke up, and everybody he loved was standing there waiting for him, I think that was that eye opener. That's like, okay, these people just told me that they didn't care about me, and I did this, but now they're here.
Yeah.
Let me get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's an experience I don't want to ever have to go through. Where someone gets to that point where they feel like this is it, and you got to be there. I mean, I can't imagine being a parent. Because the quote, there's a quote out there that says, no parent should ever have to bury their child. Mm-hmm. And the idea that, like, if you were to ever bury your child because it got to a point where you felt like you couldn't help them anymore, like, I don't know what that would do to me. The idea that, like, I still had breath in my body, but I chose not to help my child. Then it ended with them not being here anymore. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that would do. I might fucking, like, jump off a cliff.
Yeah, because with Steve Carell's character, he sat there and he had to hold it in. He had to stay stern until he hung up the phone, and then
Mm-hmm.
even still had to hold back the tears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, when you love somebody or love something, you don't never want to see it hurt. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
But there is that point where you feel like me trying to help you is also hurting everything else in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of those ones where you can't be like, again, the fuck is that? You got a plane flying over your house?
Trucks, man. Loggers.
We're gonna like, you ever
Hey,
see Angry Beavers? But that's what it is.
Angry Beavers?
You ever see Angry Beavers on fucking
Oh,
Nickelodeon?
yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, I'm thinking Angry Birds. I was like, what the fuck is Angry Beavers? Damn Nickelodeon show.
No, but like the idea that like there's this thing that I love so much and I want to take care of,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also detrimental to this other thing that I love that I need to take care of. And you have to make that choice about what's the most important thing at this moment.
And it's funny you say that. And if you remember what we started off the conversation with, Nazi, this movie showed me to shut the fuck up, deal with it, because some people are made to do certain jobs.
Yeah.
And what you just said about this thing that I love is that detrimental to other things. I had to have that realization of this thing that I love is detrimental. But to
Yeah.
what? My fucking pockets. Other than that, nothing.
Yeah.
So, is it really a problem?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get that because like sometimes, and this is gonna sound very, I don't know, weird, but sometimes people will sit there and they will think that something is a huge problem when in reality it's not that big a problem. It's just a problem when it comes to the things that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, if someone really loves going to travel, they love going off they love dropping everything and then going off and doing whatever they want. And then all of a sudden okay, now I want a dog. Well, guess what? That dog's you gotta take care of that dog.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just take the dog and shovel them off at a dog sitter every moment because you just want to drop everything and go exploring here and go doing this, then when you get back, that dog might not be acting the way you want it to act because you're not taking care of it the way you need to. And it's just one of those instances where like you got to make that choice of is this thing that's in my life really detrimental to me, or it's just detrimental to the selfish things that I want to do.
Mm.
Yeah. I gotta take a piss, bro.
All right. Go ahead. We'll talk about the movie.
I got an idea. So, how would you have reacted? I'm going to walk away, but tell these people how you would have reacted when you came home and realized your house got broken into.
Well, shit. Anybody that walks home and finds the house broken into, of course, you're trying to figure out what did they take. And if you realize that your TV's still there and your sound system and all the important stuff is still there and little shit is gone, it's going to make you wonder, okay, whoever broke into my house was looking for something specific. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't take the shit that you can get money for. They took something that they knew was here. You know what I'm saying? So, me being out here in the country, I tell people all the time, you come to my house, because my don't even lock my doors. I never do. You know what I'm saying? However, if you come to my house, first you got to get through my dog. If you get through my dog, then you got to deal with me.
First of all, your dog ain't gonna do nothing to no one. Your dog's gonna be like, "Oh, well, will you show me some love? Because my daddy don't."
Hey, that's why my brother's here. You know what I'm saying? she got all the love she need. But yeah, I was telling the people that first of all, somebody breaks into your house and then you come back and realize your TV's still here, your sound system's still there. They either knew you because they're looking for something specific, and what was it? You know what I'm saying? Or some fucking rank amateurs. You know what I mean?
Listen, I am gonna speak from experience right now.
Okay.
This one time, me and my family took a trip up to New Hampshire to go visit family friends. And when we came back, we were doing something at the house, and I went to go grab something. I went upstairs to my bedroom to go grab something. I ran upstairs and I looked around. And I was like, "Yo, my laptop is missing." And I looked and I was like, "Oh, my PlayStation's missing." So I told my brother, I was like, "Yo, I got a bunch of shit missing." My brother ran into his room. His Xbox, Nintendo Wii was missing. All this shit, and we were just like, "Yo, our house got fucking broken into." Then we started thinking, we're like, there's no broken windows, no nothing around. How did someone get into the house? And then we're like, yo, we were gone for the day. There was 4 cars parked in the parking lot or in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not breaking into the house unless you knew we were already gone.
Mm.
And so when we started talking, we're like, yo, we got to call the cops because, our house got broken into. I'm not going to say any names, but someone in the family was like, yo, it wasn't me. And I'm just like, we're just like, what? He goes, no, I'm just saying, because whenever stuff like this happens, I always get blamed for it. I'm just saying it wasn't me. And at that moment, I was like, and to this day, I keep my eye on him. Because a couple of weeks before, I was at home asleep because we used to work third shift.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over because I was giving him my Nextel. This is how old it was. I was giving him my old Nextel phone.
Oh,
so he came over to get it. And as he was getting it, like he was sitting at the house and he was charging it. And my brother was leaving for work. He goes, yo, what you doing? He goes, oh, I just grabbed my phone, the phone, Sarath, like just charging it real quick. He goes, all right, just lock the door when you leave. And that night, my mom was like, yo, I got $10,000 worth of jewelry missing.
Holy snap.
Same person in both situations. And then likewise, so like that happened with my mom's jewelry. And a week later, he was like, yo, I got these new rims and all this shit. And I was just like, I was there looking, and I was like, and to this day, I keep my eye on him.
Look, okay, let me ask you that, because it's like, okay, if you're anything like me, it's like when you know something, but you have no proof on proving it, do you still feel like you should act on it and just like, fuck it, so you can sleep at night?
No, so for me, I'm one of those people where I'm like, if I can't prove it, I can't act on it. Just for the simple fact that I'm a nice person. I'm an exceedingly nice person, like exceptionally nice. So I've more than one occasion have been accused of trying to steal someone's girl. Or all I'm saying, I'm like, yo, I said hi. Like I'm a nice person. Like, whatever. Like, so I'm always accused of doing shit where I'm like, if you knew me, you'd realize like he's just a nice fucking person. So unless I can prove it, I won't ever accuse anyone of something. But just because I'm not accusing you, don't mean I ain't got my eye on you.
Yeah.
And it was weird because like, and like I think when my mom's stuff got stolen, I didn't even care the fact that the fucking jewelry got stolen. For me, the most heartbreaking thing was my mom was crying because she was like, your dad's not going to buy me any more jewelry. He's not going to buy me any because he's going to think I don't know how to take care of it. She was so upset that like my dad wasn't going to trust her to take care of things anymore because, something happened. Like, yeah, that one fucking, that almost broke me because I was just like, I'm watching my mom cry and break down over some shit that she had no control over. So that almost made me act on it. But at the same time, I was like, I can't fucking prove it. So
yeah.
And again, it was family.
Yeah.
So I can't.
But look, that's the way it always is, though. In the real world, it's the person closest to you that's trying to fuck you over.
Yeah, but
all the time.
But the same thing. I can't break apart a family unless I know for a fact I can break apart a family. That's it. Like, so I mean, not just me. Like me and my brothers, that we keep our eye out. Specifically, yeah.
Not for you, man.
Yeah. All right, so Beautiful Boy. Final thoughts on this movie, bro?
Final thoughts. Definitely an amazing movie.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say that I didn't get emotional at times, just because of my own circumstances.
Yeah.
And just understanding the fact of, shoot, when you love somebody and you really, really just want the best for them, but they got a problem. I mean, it's like understanding if their problem is detrimental to you, understanding what is detrimental to, and can you work with it, or can't you work with it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just stick it out, because one thing I heard from my favorite rapper, rest in peace, DMX. Everybody needs somebody to love, and everybody needs somebody to love them.
I think the thing I got most out of the movie was like, you know, you can want to save someone as much as you can want. Like, you can devote all your time and energy into saving someone, but it only works if they want to save themselves. And at some point, you got to realize you can't save someone. You know, and I think that's probably the hardest thing for people to come to terms with, is the idea that, especially someone like me who just wants the best for the people he loves, coming to terms with the idea that you can't save everybody.
Yeah.
And then that's just what it is.
But doesn't that suck when you know you can't save everybody, and you save everybody except the most important person?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like,
would that even being yourself sometimes?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I feel like, you know, you'll sit there and you'll save everyone you come across except that person you love more than anything. And it almost feels like because you're so close to them, that's the reason why you can't save them. No, because you're so attached. You're so attached to someone that it won't allow you to make the necessary steps in order to fucking save them. Yeah, that's fucking sucks. And the idea that, like, you know, you can put all this effort into saving everyone you love, and no one puts that same effort into helping save you. That's something that fucking always weighs on my mind. And sometimes I feel like I'm selfish for thinking that. Like, who am I? Who am I to deserve to be saved by anyone? Seriously. Like, who am I that I deserve to deserve that kind of grace from someone else? I get it that, like, I've done enough good that the people I love should probably be looking out for me. But who am I to expect it? You know? To me that sounds selfish. Hey, no. I've been so fucking good to you. How come you're not there for me?
You know what's funny about that? And I hinted on this earlier. It's the ones that we want them to see that don't see. And there's strangers like you that see everything, and shit, here it is. How many years later?
Yeah,
that was in what, 2008, 2009.
Yeah,
here we are, 2022, and I don't talk to none of them fucking people no more. Yeah, I still talk to you.
Right, we
and you know what?
We log in online.
Yeah,
and make it a point to talk to each other.
Indeed, and you know what's funny? I mean, it's not funny, but the true fact about it is, if I still communicate with those people, I still think they done half the shit you done for me. And that's just what it is.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So here's the question. Like, to expect someone to look out for you, does that make you selfish?
No, because if you know that you've been giving somebody everything they've needed all the time, you know what I'm saying? And you know you're the giver. Like, oh, I you need this, I got this. You want this, I got this, whatever.
Yep.
But then it comes to that point where, like, shit, I need this and I can't do it. And you look at that person like, for so many years or whatever, I've had you. And I'm happy I had you.
Yeah.
But I need you to get me right now. And they choose not to. That's grounds for death.
It is. It breaks your heart.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'll break a person down to the core, man.
Yeah, okay, but they didn't ask you to have their back. You chose to have their back. They didn't ask you to.
Okay, I agree.
So the idea that I get it, they should have your back. But the idea that I expect you to have my back, or like you should have my back because I had yours, sometimes that feels selfish. It feels very entitled. Like because I've done all this, you should have my back. When in reality, you didn't ask me to have your back. Mm-hmm. I chose to have your back. That's my own choice.
No, I definitely agree, because there's a flip side to that coin. It's like, okay, you chose to have my back, and I appreciate you having my back. I chose not to have yours. And then okay, cool. You get no more of my energy.
Yeah.
So all that shit that you were getting, see if somebody else can give it to you.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I mean. Like, to me, it's selfish to feel like I deserve to have someone have my back. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's selfish. All I'm saying is like, okay, but when you show me where you stand, mm-hmm. Cool. Don't be surprised if my stance changes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so if I'm picking up what you're putting down,
I was supposed to. I got work to do after this. Shit. But because this conversation is going the way it is,
that little shit ain't gonna hurt you. That little shit ain't gonna hurt you. But no, because what you're saying is very, very important. I had your back all these years, or whatever the case may be.
Fuck it.
And when hey, there you go. That little shit. You know what I'm saying? But when
a little extra kick.
Yeah, there you go. So no, what I'm saying is
black man's tonic.
Oh shit. No, so what I'm saying is if you take,
make this the black man's tonic, if you take Hennessy and no, but if you poured it in chicken broth.
Oh fuck. Oh. You know what? Some crazy person's gonna try that shit too.
Bro,
Hennessy ramen noodles.
Yeah, because before we got on the podcast, I was sipping tomato soup. Bro, listen, I got a little Caucasian in me. I was sipping some tomato soup.
I'm not mad about you sipping tomato soup. I'm mad about you sipping tomato soup. Like you were just.
It's a little canister. You just pop the top, put it in the microwave, sip some tomato soup. 130 calories. So the idea was that I didn't want to, because I had work to do later. I didn't want to be too fucking, so that I can't get any work done.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if it was a black man drink, I take the Hennessy, put it in some chicken broth. Dice up some collard greens, toss them in.
I can't take it right now, man. Your ass is crazy. Oh man.
Listen. Ladies in the African American community. My name is Sarath. Just hey, holla. Oh. I want me a nice Wakandan. That's what I want.
You said nice Wakanda?
Yeah, a nice Wakandan.
Oh shit! She gonna stab you through the heart with vibranium. Oh man!
Bro, listen, she could see the vibranium. I got.
Oh god, no!
You ever seen my Killmonger? You wanna?
Oh shit!
Right.
Just gotta go.
Now, can you stay back on track?
I gotta. Okay. I remember where I was going. Hold on. Okay, no, because you were saying it was selfish. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. No. So I don't think it's selfish to if you know you've been there for somebody on whatever occasion for however long it's been. It's like you don't expect them to be there for you, but you hope they are when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? And when they don't, and somebody else steps up, it's like you almost realize I've been giving my energy to the wrong people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's selfish. I think it's as I say, one hand has to wash the other.
Yeah.
So when you're constantly washing your left hand, and then the left hand don't go wash the right, you're like, yo, I thought we was a team, work together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually agree with what you're saying. My whole take on it is to want someone to treat you as you treat them. To me is a selfish endeavor. It's telling me that you're only doing what you do in order to get what you do back.
Okay, okay, go
where
ahead.
in reality, and this is as I get older, again, I'm almost 40. As I get older, I'm coming terms to the idea that what I do for you is what I do for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you do for me will dictate how much I do for you.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do for you doesn't dictate what I want from you or what I need from you.
Yeah,
is what I mean.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I get that point of it. Where it's like what I do for you is because I did it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And if it's like if what you do for me doesn't add up,
so look at what you're doing.
Look, I'm gonna give you a scenario. One of my brothers, I helped him out one time, financially. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And say, look, I don't want. If you give this money back to me, cool. If not, it's all good. Just know one day I might need you. Don't let me down. You know what I'm saying? And time went by. The money I gave him, whatever, he didn't do what he's supposed to do with it. Everything went whatever case may be. But some years went by, and I found myself in the jam. And I literally hit up my sister, like, yo, I just need a cool 20. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. And she was like, well, so-and-so ain't far from you. Let him know. And this brother of mine sent me back 100. And that 100 wasn't nowhere near what I gave him years ago. However, at that moment, the debt was dismissed because I needed you. You came through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. I understand that.
Okay. So,
but on the same token, for me, it's like, okay, I've been there for a bunch of my friends during some just, trials and tribulations, hard times in their life. And like, without asking, I'm like, yo, come on, let's hop in the car. Let's go here. Let's go hang out with the dudes. We're going to relax, just chill. Like, you don't need to be thinking about this shit right now. And I did it out of the good graces of whatever, like, just because I don't want you feeling that way. But then if I have to, if you have to ask me to do everything in order to spend time together, like if I have to put in the work if I always have to be the one that puts in the work in order for us to chill out, then maybe I'm the one putting in too much work. And so it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like if you come up to me and be like, yeah, we haven't hung out in a while, I'll be like, well, what have you been doing? Because as far as I know, I've reached out, I've made time to hang out, we've hung out. Cool. I did a bunch on my end. So if you feel like there's a lack of consistency, maybe you should look into how you're approaching it versus how I'm approaching it. Because as far as I know, I'm exceeding all expectations. And I know that sounds fucking conceited, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I will come through for my friends. No problem. Especially when shit hits the hardest.
Look, it ain't conceited if it's true.
Yeah.
And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to be there for you when, shit hits the hardest, but like, don't act like I'm the one who has to make all the plans all the time. Because if I'm the one that has to make plans all the time, then I'm going to make plans for myself.
Yeah.
And if you feel like we don't hang out enough, ask yourself, when's the last time you made plans for us to hang out versus asking me when I'm free.
Yeah.
Just make plans and be like, yo, can you be here? And if I'm not there, then you know what? You did your part. You made plans. You set it all up. If I wasn't there, that's on me. So now it's on me to make the fucking plans for us to hang out because I didn't come through the last time. I sound fucking like fucking female. Sorry.
What's Old Spice? Men have skin too. We got feelings too. God damn it.
Yeah. You ever felt like your feelings are disregarded?
Fuck yeah.
Why is that? Because you're expected to be strong?
I think just because my natural demeanor is strong. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, if I do decide to break down, it's breaking down for real. Like, it's gonna be like fucking dramatic and shit, like tears and waterworks and whatever.
Do you ever feel like you breaking down is a shock to other people?
Yeah.
Why is that? Because you never break down? Or is it because everybody's so used to you being stoic that when you're vulnerable, it catches people? Like, if he's vulnerable in this situation, the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah, because like, I think whether people say it or not, when it comes, like, they know I can get shit done when I got to get shit done by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So when that time comes or whatever, and like I said, and like when I break down, shit, it's a real breakdown. That shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I have no more energy to hide it. I have no more strength to hide it. And people don't understand that.
That's a great fucking quote.
You know what I'm saying? So when a person like me breaks down like that, this is not a show. This is not dramatic. This is not fucking Shakespeare. I'm feeling something for real. And then I feel like once I show that side of that side to a person and they dismiss it, okay, fuck you, Cyrus, I said hypocrite condom.
All right. God damn. All right. So here's a question. I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like I'll play devil's advocate. All right. So when you break down, right, and someone who's so used to you being the Rock, not the Rock Dwayne Johnson, but like the Rock stuff. That strong fucking, whatever.
Yeah.
So when someone's so used to you being that way, and then all of a sudden you break down, and then they're not sure how to approach the situation because they've never been in that situation before with you. Do you hold that against them?
Yes.
Do you hold it against them that they can't be for you what you were for them because they're just not you? They've never been in that situation where you needed that?
I mean, I hold it against them because I really feel like it's so easy to just ask me what's going on and be sincere about it. Yeah. Don't do it for the cameras or for the cliche. Like, if you see me out of my whole entire character, that should make your eyebrow go up and be like, okay,
yeah,
this is different. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what's really going on. And when you be like, they're just acting. Well, how often do I fucking act? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, he's always got that straight. He's always got shit down. Like, he don't, goddamn. He's always got the shit. Like, so he don't need any help. And it's like, no, this is the moment where I need the most help. And I need you. I need you just as much as you need me. The difference is I'm so fucking strong-willed in doing shit. I'm not going to ask you for help. I need you to be able to recognize that I need help. And that's super selfish. But at the same time, like,
why is that selfish?
It's selfish because I shouldn't need you to be able to recognize that I need help. I should be strong enough in myself to be able to ask you for help. But I would hope that our relationship is strong enough and reliable enough that you should recognize when shit ain't right with me. I gotta fucking pee. So what does reliable mean to you?
Shit. Reliable means reliable. Exactly what it says. RELIABLE. Reliable. Nah, shit, reliable means something you can depend on, you know? Like, I'm relying on this chair to hold me up right now. I'm relying on my truck to start in the morning so I can go to work. So I can get some money. You know what I mean? Shit, reliable. It's almost like blind trust, I guess. It's either blind trust or blind expectation that you're relying on. So this is what I said. I said I feel like reliable is like blind trust or blind expectation. It's like I'm relying on this chair to hold me up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But if the chair broke, how would you react? Would you be like, "Fuck this chair! I'm never buying this chair again," or would you be like, "Shit happens"?
Shit happens because chairs don't have emotions. No, you know what? Let me take that back, because I've always had this quote that I say, and some people find me crazy for it or whatever, but I stand by it. Everything we have, from our cars to our clothes, this computer, whatever, started out as a living organism somewhere. Whether it was some coal, wood.
Coal ain't living, just so you know.
I mean, it's an element from Earth.
Listen. I understand that coal is black as shit and you're black as shit, so you have like this connection. But coal ain't living.
What?
All right. So, all right. So for the viewers listening, like this kind of conversation that me and Chris are having right now about like connections with people and what's right and wrong between two people, who has who's back. Like me and Chris have these conversations a lot. And I don't know if it's because we're two broken people who have dealt with a lot of, just, I don't want to say people failing us, but a lot of disappointment in life. But like, I think in all honesty, Chris and I are two very, and it sounds fucking very conceited to say, but we're two very strong people who are very okay with taking the brunt of a situation.
Mm-hmm.
We have no problem taking something and putting it on our shoulders and handling it. So the thing is, we have these conversations because we understand that like at some point we can't be that rock. We can't be the person who's always holding shit up.
Yeah.
And the idea that the other people in our life, I don't want to say fall by the wayside, but like they don't live up to the type of expectations they expect out of us. Like I guess it weighs on us.
Oh, it definitely weighs, just because when whatever you do is it's from the goodness of your heart and for the betterment of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they get there and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm happy for you. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And they'd be like, yeah, I made it here. And I just want to thank my high school teacher.
Yeah.
And my pet fish. Mm-hmm. And I love y'all. And you're just like,
Yeah. It makes you do that screw face. Like,
yeah, like don't you know? Like, and at that moment, everything you did was from the goodness of your heart and you're happy. But at that moment, you realize everything you did meant absolutely fucking nothing.
All right. And as an example, one of my exes, she and her best friend, her gay best friend, like they were ride or die since they were young. And when we were together, they had this big falling out, whatever. And so after me and her broke up, like I still would chat with her on the phone every so often. And like, I would talk to her about her best friend. I would talk to him about her, and like, just trying to like, not necessarily smooth things over, but try to get them to understand like this is the kind of place that they're at right now in their life. And then next thing you know, they got together. I put it together. They had a meetup, had an understanding. They got back together and like hung out. Next thing you know, they were riding out again. They were like, everything was all cool. And she was like, yeah, me and him, we're never going to fall by each other's wayside. Like we're always going to have each other's back no matter what. This is how it is. And I'm just like, no, like that's not how it is. It took someone else who could recognize how it should be, and they fostered that relationship between y'all because you guys were gonna fucking throw that shit away over some bullshit. So like, recognize that, like, hey, I'm not that fucking strong person that I thought I was. I could have let something that I held very dear go to the side if it wasn't for this person who understood and thought enough about me and this person to try to keep that relationship going, and recognize that and like be thankful for it. But when I saw that it wasn't thankful and it was just like, oh yeah, this is what we do, this is how we do it, I was just like, all right, you know what, maybe it's time to, I guess, cut these people out of my life. Like I don't need anybody to not recognize when there's help.
Yeah. Like I said, this like I don't really expect much from it, but don't just push my shit to the side like I did nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even care if you say it in my ear, like, hey man, I appreciate you. The world don't need to know. As long as you know.
Exactly. The world don't need to know that I give a shit about you. As long as you know.
Yeah.
As long as you appreciate it. Because the world, as far as the world knows, you're fucking, rock solid. Nothing gets to you and everything. But if you always have to break down and come to me, and I got to be the one that holds you up, as long as you understand that I'm always there to help hold you up, we good. I don't need the world to know that shit. The fuck, I don't give a fuck what the world does.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts on the movie. No, I'm sorry, not final thoughts, but like, what did you get from the movie? Like, quote. Mind you, I think we're probably about 2.5 hours in. The movie is Beautiful Boy on Amazon Prime.
This is going to sound real cliche, but love conquers all, even if it's tough.
And how does that apply to the movie? I know how it applies, but you explain it.
Because when they finally cut him off, even though he went downhill again, he thought he was at that moment literally by himself. Like he had to think that he was by himself to realize he wasn't, because everybody was with him the whole way through. Yeah. It's like I said, I can do this fucked up shit because they're gonna come save me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they said, no, we're not doing this, and he did that fucked up shit, he did it like, they're not gonna come get me, and I'm doing this. And when he lived through it, it's like, oh shit, okay, let me get my shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like my quote from the movie is, love is gonna conquer all, even if it's tough love. Sometimes you gotta be Mike Tyson to understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my quote. What you got?
For me, it's just because you give up doesn't mean you got to stop believing. And in that sense, in the movie, it's just because you get to a point where you have to let go of someone you love, doesn't mean you have to stop believing in what they can be. You know, it's just, you have to recognize where, like, my part in this story is over. I got to let them go be them right now. But just know that, like, I still believe in what they can become. It's just, I can't do anything for them anymore. And like that, to me, that's an important part, because for the longest time, I was the guy who like felt like I could solve everyone's problems, especially the people I love. I felt like I could be the answer to all their problems. And you got to get to the point where you realize I can't be the answer to everyone's problems. But as long as they know that, as long as I make them aware that I want them to succeed and I care about them, then that's as far as I can go. Like, I can't solve your problems, but just know that I got your back whenever, when things get hard, I got your back. It's just, I can't be there for you and be the answer to your problems now.
Yeah. This movie makes you think of a song by Matchbox 20.
Okay. First of all, I'm scratching my ass. Second of all,
what the hell? Okay.
For those who aren't watching, I just scratched my ass. I got a nice fingernail full of.
You got crud. Yeah, crud butt.
got them dingleberries on the finger.
This shit, nasty motherfucker. Oh man.
All right, so what were you saying? Matchbox 20?
Yeah, there's a song called. I think it's called Unwell. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell, and I know right now you can't tell. But
can you
stay well.
Because like,
no, fuck you.
Well, it don't sound right when you just speak it.
Said, I'm not crazy. I'm just a little unwell. I know right now you can't tell. But stay well, and maybe then you'll see a different side of. That's a dope ass song.
It is.
But
when you were saying it, it's just I didn't know if it was Matchbox 20 or fucking Rick Ross. Like it just sounds the way it sounds.
Shit. Look, it's the lyrics that are most important. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Chris got a little Caucasian in him. It's probably from like the knees down.
The knees down.
Well, no, scratch that. All right, so I'm gonna be real honest right now for all listeners. Chris is probably about 80% Caucasian, 20% black, and the only 20% black he has is because he has to, be strong. But at the same time, like he just. But he, what was that? No, but he just. Yeah, you got to stand up for yourself, and in order to stand up for yourself, you got to be, a brother. But I just think like. When I say Caucasian, I mean not afraid to just love what he loves, no matter what people think. He loves him some Matchbox 20, some Fiona Apple.
What the fuck? Who?
Yeah, you know who Fiona Apple is.
No, I really don't.
Yeah, he like some fucking Goo Goo Dolls.
I do like Goo Goo Dolls. Iris is one of the dopest songs ever.
Bro, that's on my fucking playlist.
Okay, see?
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's.
But I also love Biggie and Tupac. And fucking Bach, you know what I'm saying? And
you ain't listening to no Bach.
I mean, not on a regular basis, but I do like a little classical music, you know what I'm saying? I like operas, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I like shit. It's tattooed on my fucking face. I love music, you know what I'm saying? I don't care who the fuck sings it, as long as it's good.
No, but I mean, Chris, like, he's got a lot of facets to him that, remember, this motherfucker's a Swarovski crystal. Swarovski crystal has enough facets that when you put it in the light, it shines brighter than anything else. And so if you get a crystal doesn't have enough facets cut into it, it's got some shine to it, but it's not that sparkly. You cut enough facets into it. Yeah, that's why I only use Swarovski on people's wrestling gear, because sparkles like no other. That's what you are.
Well, then I'll take that as a compliment. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is, motherfucker got layers to him. So when you see him on the street, don't think he's just a, fucking all I listen to Jeezy motherfucker or some Slim Thug. What were we talking about? I'm fucking. This is why I didn't want to have this much fucking. I only had 2 drinks and a shot, but like now I gotta feel like I might have to take a rest before I fucking finish gear. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to finish gear tonight.
You got some potato chips? Eat some chips.
I do. I actually do have some. I got a whole box of fucking some flaming hot Cheetos and.
Oh, you got the assorted box?
What's up?
You got the assorted box?
Yeah. I had some.
Eat some potato chips and you'll be fine.
I gotta eat dinner after this, so I'm gonna do.
Oh yeah, you definitely be fine then. Shit, just eat enough to put you down. Eat enough to just sober you up for a second.
All right. So what did you get from this movie again?
I said that look. No more drinks for this guy.
Dude, I'm 5'6" with a weak bladder. You can't blame me for this shit. Listen, my bladder. You blame my parents for my bladder.
Look, I was on Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the movie made me think of that. And that's just dealing with people that they're not crazy. They're just a little unwell. But right now you can't tell. But if you stay around,
maybe then you'll see
a different side of me.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I think for me, again, like I said before, it's just understand, like, just because you love someone and you want the best for them, just know that when you have to let them go, it doesn't mean that you don't love them. It's just sometimes you got to protect the other things in your life. because you
Indeed.
realize that the things in your life that you love are toxic to the other parts.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to make that choice about what you choose to protect at that moment.
And sometimes it can be your own personal self. And
that
is okay.
Yeah.
It is okay to love yourself.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying?
It's okay to love yourself. Listen, it is okay to push away the people in your life. And I know that sounds fucking detrimental. And I know that sounds fucking crazy, but it's okay to push away the people in your life if it means keeping a part of your sanity, because the other people in your life are causing a fucking chaos in your head. You know, people act like you're supposed to stand by everyone you love 100%. No, I'm sorry. Because if that's detrimental to who you are as a person, who everything good about you, if sticking by someone 100% means you have to become someone you're not, then I'm sorry, it's okay to walk away from it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they should look into why they're expecting you to have their back 100%. You know?
Yeah. Or why they want to stay in the chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. You know people in your life who just want to live in the chaos. I'll be completely honest. For a long time, I thought you were one of those people, because I felt like Chris Brown was so used to the chaos that if he wasn't living in the chaos, shit didn't feel normal for him. And I just wanted you to realize that just because things are calm doesn't mean things are bad. It just means they're different than what you used to be or what you're used to. But that's okay.
No, I definitely understand that, because when things got quiet and I could actually hear my thoughts, I was like, this doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's say I'm a diamond. I show under pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like when it was too easy.
You're more like coal, not diamond. You're more like coal. Go ahead.
They break under pressure, and the diamond shows. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if there was no pressure, it's just like, is it really this easy? Is it supposed to be this easy? Do I deserve it to be this easy? A lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
I finally got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think makes life easy?
Just the choices you make. It's that simple. Look, I don't know if I ever told you the ABCDs when we used to go out in Korea. Captain Holly, matter of fact, if you ever watch this, shout out to you. I don't know what you are now, you're probably a general. But he said ABCDs. Alcohol, you can't drink it all, so don't try. B was bitches, or babes, as he called them, babes. Look, babes, you know what I'm saying? Yes means maybe means no, and no means hell no. You know what I'm saying? And if you get a yes, call the captain to let him know you got a yes, so he can confirm it. That way you won't get in any trouble for rape. You know what I'm saying? But it's true. Like, it's the most simplest shit. C was curfew, because we had to be back on post at a certain time. If you don't know, when it gets 10 o'clock, get your ass back on post. No matter what time it is, 10 o'clock, lights out. Shut it down. You know what I'm saying? And D, dumb shit. Just don't do it. If you got to think twice about it, it's probably fucking dumb. Yeah. That's simple. And I still live by that. And I met this man that's 17. I'm 37. I'll be 37 next month.
Bro, we need to put them rules on a shirt. We need to put them rules on a shirt.
Man, look, I don't know where he got them from, but I still hold them to me.
Oh no, and they're good.
Yeah,
good, and they're applicable. But all right, so so that's Beautiful Boy.
Yeah,
it was one of those movies where, if you're open to it, if you're open to the conversation, I know watching this movie, it will close off a lot of people, because it's a very touchy subject.
It's going to make you deal with a whole lot of personal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because even though I did all the drugs in the movie, I know I drink.
Yeah.
And they even maybe want to rethink, even though I've come a long way, still rethinking my strategies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. If you take the stories and the lessons and apply it to your life, like, it's going to make you consider a lot going on. But if you're open to that conversation, I think it'll help a lot. So yeah, Beautiful Boy. 2 thumbs up for me. Yeah. Yeah.
What the? What the? Oh my! Oh,
Bro, I'm from South Central Pandora. You know.
This is gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this, we interrupt this for breaking news. Our next movie is going to be
Come on, you can guess. Hold on. People, you can't guess. You ain't seen a blue motherfucker on your screen. Yeah.
Can you hold on? Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you. Bro, you got, first of all, you got a camo robe on and a fucking shower cap looking like Bizarre from D12.
Because I'm going underwater, baby.
What a robe got to do with going underwater?
Well, I got to protect the hair for one, and we going to see Avatar: The Way of Water.
Listen, exactly. That's why I'm Na'vi, like South Central Na'vi.
Oh God,
I mean, right here. I don't know how to do an N. Yeah, N.
Okay.
We hood.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you got.
Hold on.
Oh gosh. Okay. I didn't even know how to respond to that. I was like, what the hell?
Hold on. Damn it. This is what happens when you have extra fabric in your office. You're looking for something blue to wear. So, people on Pandora, they're like some Aaliyah,
They do?
I don't know. Aaliyah looks like she would be, if Aaliyah was like one of them avatars, I could see it happening.
Yeah, she fitted.
Yeah. Right. But I don't get, so, okay, you're going underwater.
Way of water, baby.
Yeah, but you're just getting out of it. You like you just got out the water.
No, I'm about to go in.
Bro, come on. You look like you about to sell, like do a cocoa butter ad.
A cocoa butter ad? Seriously? Oh, man, I'm shiny enough, I think. Yeah, close this up, showing them my good stuff,
Well, as I mean, for those, it's
we botched this whole thing up.
Yeah. All right. So we're a bunch of morons. If you're watching right now, you're just missing out on a bunch of random crap that we just did because we were trying to make this announcement, and it just I wish I had a blue mask.
Look, I thought mine was out there because I literally just went to use the bathroom, and I was like,
"Oh, you was probably taking a shit and was like, all right, that's perfect right there."
I thought about, hey, this is a way of water, shower cap, going to get wet. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. That was my thought process. Bro, you threw some blue trousers on your face with a Scully cap.
Because you ever thought, like, that's the thing about these Avatar movies, they don't show the entire breadth of Avatar. You always talking about people in jungles. What about urban Na'vis, right?
Okay,
there's gotta be some Na'vis that are like hood ass motherfuckers.
Probably is.
Yeah, imagine riding one of them Banshees with some Timbs. And
that'd be dope. Well, people from California, they wear Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, right. You're right. Put some Chucks. Do you think if you drink a Colt 45 on a Banshee, that's considered like drunk driving?
Nah. They send it passing the blunt to the left.
Mm-hmm. Just wait till nighttime. Wait till them lights turn on the plants.
Oh God!
If you guys couldn't guess, our next movie is going to be Avatar 2: Way of Water.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so I mean, this is a big movie. It's the sequel to the biggest movie ever, like ever. EVER, all capital, ever. What was your opinion of Avatar 1? Because that was like 10, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm. The movie itself was just okay, but the graphics, I'm talking about the storyline of it, wasn't like nothing over the top. But the graphics, the colors, the 3D was so amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are they bringing back 3D for this one?
Oh yeah, my ass is. I'm buying tickets. IMAX 3D. I am buying like 6 sets of tickets, or just I'm buying 6 tickets, and then I'm finding friends to go.
Okay, there you go.
Because if I don't do that now,
yeah,
and all of a sudden everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we should go," and then we don't have time to.
I'll probably go check it out. Well, I'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm definitely.
Do they have 3D in your neck of the woods? Just out of curiosity.
I
don't know.
Yeah, you take 2 bullhorns, and the tips are cut off.
Yeah.
Put them in your eyes, Yeah. And then you just reflect, or you reflect off the stars.
At the like a periscope, like you in a submarine.
It's shit. At the drive-in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I thought with Avatar 1, I thought it was a very like the story itself was simplistic. I've seen it before. Like in Pocahontas, Fern Gully. It's a story that's been told before, but the elements of the world that they were trying to build were so fantastical.
Yeah.
And so so extraordinary that like to me, I felt like the movie had to tell a simple story. Because so here's my theory, and let me know if you believe it, if you agree.
I think I know where you're going, but keep going.
So I think in a movie, if you have a very complex story and then a whole brand new world that you're trying to like explore and flesh out, I think they contradict each other or they collide with each other. So a person has to choose which one they're paying attention to. Yeah. And so then it ends up muddling the experience. Whereas I feel like if you tell a really complex story, i.e. Inception.
Okay.
You take that and you put it in the real world, something that you're familiar with. So then that you don't have to think about the world they're in. Now you're paying attention to the story. Likewise, Avatar, you take a really simple story, but you put it into this very fantastical world where they have these elements you've never seen before. So now you're paying attention to the story, but you don't have to think about it too much, and you're able to sit there and like really take in the world that you're being given. That's my theory. I don't know if it works. But...
Nah, actually, that's why I think I know where you're going, because I feel the same way. Like they needed a simple story to show everything they were trying to do.
Yeah.
And versus some movies, you need an extraordinary story and keep everything else simple.
Yeah.
So I get it.
So what are you expecting from Avatar 2? Because again, this is a long time coming.
It is. And the title alone, The Way of Water. So I really just want to see just like massive, crazy
titties.
That they would definitely, Oh man.
Oh shit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, titties for sure. But yeah, I actually really hope we can't we gotta do this again.
I'll edit it down. It's good.
But no, I really hope that this story is crazy because we've already been introduced to the world of Pandora. So I want to see crazy 3D with a really, really good story.
All right, with that being said, all right, our next movie is Avatar 2, Way of Water. I almost said Wakanda Forever. Avatar 2, Way of Water. Meet us next week and we will see how this goes.
Yes, indeed. Let's go get wet, people. Ladies. Yeah. And you look drunk. You're blinking a lot longer than you normally do.
No, I'm just knowing that like as soon as we get done, I got to eat dinner. And then hopefully that absorbs enough so I can finish work.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I know I'll be fine, but still, it's just one thing. I didn't,
I didn't know what that just meant, but okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you and your Jack Daniels jacket.
Hey, don't hate. Don't hate. Oh, no. Don't you speak them blasphemous words.
Listen, Jack Daniels.
Let this motherfucker jump off there. with the raccoon on under it, and they come get you.
Jack Daniels is the devil, and you need to stray away from Senor Jack.
Give about $3.50. I'll send it to you. You know where that came from?
South Park. And I asked him what he said. I need about $3.50.
Oh shit!
Yo, I say that shit all the time. They be like, yo, this motherfucker. I'm like, yeah. He goes, but what do you want? He goes, he said he need about $3.50. It's the goddamn Loch Ness monster.
Oh man. Oh shit! All right, brother.
So that's this week's episode of Sarath and Chris's movie.
Yes, indeed.
It might have ended kind of everywhere, but like, go watch Beautiful Boy. It's a very touching, very deep movie, and like, if you paid attention to fucking blockbusters and theaters, you don't see movies like this in the theater. So it's worth watching.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. So next week, nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide.
Except Chris's, choices in movies. Nothing to hide.
Shit. See what happens.
All right. Well,
let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's your boy Sarath, aka
I can't even fucking speak.
Yeah, I know.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta. Y'all be good out there.
Peace.